Good afternoon, Talk Shop audience. We are in Studio 255. I'm with JC Manalo in the Cheyenne City Council Ward 1 race. He's filed. May 29th was the filing deadline, and you made it in, JC.
Yeah.
Tell us about your candidacy. Why are you running
Yeah.
for City Council? Who are you? Okay. And what do you do?
Yeah, I've been with the Committee of Housing Development and Transit Advisory for 5 years.
Two separate committees.
Two separate committees for
Okay.
the City Hall, and it's like like when someone runs, most of them probably have a community involvement. They involved with the community itself. That's given. But let me tell you why I am the most prepared to take this job, because not only am I committed to community development, I also have a background in governance with the committees though for 5 years.
Okay.
And it's pro bono. So it's free. So I serve the people for free. And probably the salaries of the county, the city council is not that much, and it's like giving yourself for the people, though. And I'm running for the city councils because our community is growing rapidly, and we have to protect our residents, control costs, ensure smart, responsible development, though. I have a background in business, though.
Bachelor of Science.
Yeah, Bachelor
your
of
campaign
Science
material says.
Bachelor of Science in Management, Financial Institution. I have a working experience with banks, financial institutions, even gasoline station operations, and real estate, though. So let me tell you my priorities in this campaign, though.
You are by your own campaign materials the business candidate's candidate.
Yes, I am. As I call you, the business background candidate.
There you go.
Yeah, and because of my degree and my experience in running a business, right now I'm running my wife's business, which is the Flying Mary Roger. I'm with the chamber also, which is Flying Mary Roger is part of the chamber.
Fantastic.
And I'm part of the Red Carpet Committee, which welcomes the new business owners that come in Cheyenne.
Right.
And we connect, the whole thing about the chamber, which I enjoy doing this, is we connect with each other. We help each other. So when somebody comes in and somebody needs something that is with the chamber, we connect each other so we could help each other.
Now, you also have businesses in Cheyenne and Laramie,
Yes.
Wyoming.
Yes. Well, we have some rentals, though, too. We have a rental here in Laramie. We rent a properties here and
Very nice.
also in Cheyenne. And, I'd like to tell you my key focuses.
Please do. Give us some fresh ideas,
Yeah,
JC.
key focuses here in my platform, though. The data centers. I'm not really against data centers, but we're going too fast on this. I'd like to, because a lot of people will be affected by the data centers. And it's something that has to be slowed down and make sure that no one is negatively impacted by these data centers, though. So we need further studies on this.
What kind of studies were done in Cheyenne as they considered the data center moratorium last week?
Yeah, I'm in favor, actually, of moratorium, which unfortunately was voted out. It was only my
That was
friend.
Monday night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was only my friend Mark Moody who voted for the moratorium, 9-1. So unfortunately, all the city council voted for it, though. And that is one thing that I want to let you know, because the reason why I'm running is, these people get elected, but they don't do what the constituents want them to do. When they're there...
You mean in Cheyenne, Wyoming,
In Cheyenne.
people don't walk their talk?
in the city council themselves, they don't follow.
Huh.
When they're voted in, they don't follow the voters. You've seen that, and what's so bad about this? They limit the comment. There was one time, I don't know if you knew that, it was put in silent, the comment section. So, I mean, that's...
Oh, the sound was off?
Yes. So people couldn't even comment.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Well, how about your other keys to your campaign? What else do you have on your mind?
Well,
Data centers is one.
yeah, I'm just for more. I'm not saying I'm against it,
No.
but I am for moratorium.
Slow down,
Slow
you
down. You know,
Right.
and Eric, what I want is what are the data centers going to give the community back?
What's in it for the public?
Yeah, what's in it for us? Yeah, maybe they could make us a rec center. Gillette has a rec center. Cheyenne is the capital of.
Laramie has a rec center.
Yes, Cheyenne doesn't have a rec center.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, can you believe that? We have the
Capital city and no rec
yeah,
center.
and we don't have rec. Why don't those data centers give us a rec center?
Would that be enough? Would that even be enough?
Not enough. That's only one.
Maybe.
That's only
what
one.
other ideas do you have? Fresh ideas from JC.
Well, local economy. I want to create jobs by strengthening the small business by offering them incentives. I'm a small business owner myself.
What kind of subsidies would be helpful to you as a small business owner?
Well, when they apply, maybe we could give them a small tax incentive. So
What would be small? 300,000?
no, not big. So to start up, and I would only give that to business owners that employ local, not someone that will hire from Colorado or Nebraska.
So it need to be local.
It has
and
to
how
be
would
local.
you how would you audit that? How would you assure the public was getting the benefit of your bargain?
Well, they have to give the addresses of the people that come in.
Okay.
I'd like them to employ local, so it boosts the economy. Though, once you employ local, they buy the goods in locally. So it's a cycle.
And everything what goes around
Yeah,
comes around.
well,
Okay.
that's right. And
What else?
annexation-
What else do you have?
Annexation.
How about with respect to your business ideas? What others do you have?
Well, with the annexation, I am
County annexation.
Yeah, that's a big,
Fresh recently
that's a
in the
big
topic,
issue.
right? 8 acres.
Yeah.
8 acres just off Fox Farm Road. Not sure the exact address of that off the top of my head, but that in vicinity of the Y-Fresh
Yes.
farm stand.
Yes.
They've fought for going on 2 years
Yep.
to fight annexation, which has never happened in Cheyenne in the history. According to Jack Spiker, he cannot recall that ever happening where annexation was forced on a property owner. What are your thoughts?
Well, I question this. Why can't they grandfather them? Make an exception. Because are you going to ruin? These people are doing business. And I hate the infringement of the government. Government should leave businesses alone. They just support. They don't have to, infringe on them like what they're doing now. They're going to annex the where it's located. Why don't you grandfather them? They're already there. So make an exception.
Right.
Why can't they do that? Though?
So, in your estimation, would you favor or not favor a non-disclosure agreement being signed by any elected official, or do you think that an NDA? Do you find that that's appropriate or inappropriate?
It's inappropriate, though.
For an elected official, you don't agree that an NDA is appropriate.
Yes.
Well, there's an exception in Laramie County. The city of Cheyenne mayor acknowledged having signed an NDA agreement. Mayor Patrick Collins indicated that there was a non-disclosure agreement that it infringed on the public's right to know information, according to some. Do you agree with that?
Well, I disagree with that, though, because I don't want information to be public, though. Some information should be public, but some information should be private, though.
Okay.
So there should be a limit to it, though.
So where would you draw the line as an elected official to where you would sign an agreement for disclosure or non-disclosure, rather, and therefore not inform, not be transparent with the voters, your electorate who brought you to the office?
As a public official, we should be transparent. But what I'm meaning is the public itself, the constituents. They have a right for privacy. But me putting myself on the line to be elected, everything should be made public.
Okay. So if
Transparent.
if a business makes a proposal to the city of Cheyenne and you are representing Ward 1, you would or would not sign an NDA with that business with respect to their proposal for business, doing business potentially in the city of Cheyenne.
Yeah, I would sign that because
You
it's
would?
business, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you would be on the side of Mayor Patrick Collins. You believe he did right with the NDA that he signed in 2025 and 2026.
Well, the business affects public too.
Is there anything that is done in the public with city council that doesn't affect the public? Is there really anything in your mind, be it a city council decision that doesn't affect code or administration or funding or some kind of element of administration in oversight? The city's responsible for everything.
Yeah, that should be transparent on that one, though.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what else do you have in your planks?
Well, power rates. You live in Larrabee.
Uh-huh.
I live in Cheyenne.
Right.
We have a house in Larrabee. If only I brought my bill, choice gas.
Choice gas.
Choice gas.
Uh-huh. Wyoming.
You're aware of
utility.
that, right?
Right.
Cheyenne doesn't have choice gas. Why? It's a monopoly. So I am against that. Why is Larrabee...
Cheyenne has the City of Cheyenne Board of Public Utilities, right?
The POPU, yeah.
Yeah.
Why can the people of Cheyenne have a choice where to go with their power rates? And like in Larrabee, I want to tell you, we have the same size of house.
As Cheyenne.
Yeah, in Cheyenne.
Okay.
Our tenants pay lesser than power rates than us. We're only two people living.
They're more efficient than you, JC.
It's not that. It's a power. It's monopoly.
It's the monopoly.
Yes.
So give us an idea the percentage of difference between Laramie and Cheyenne on your utility bill. Similar house.
Yes, similar house, same size.
Similar weather.
Yeah, similar weather. Also all the same, 35%.
35% differential.
More.
Okay.
On what we're paying. So why can't the Cheyenne residents
What
enjoy
have you been told as a resident of Cheyenne and concerned about your utility? What have you been told by BOFU?
Well, it's something that they don't want to do. And that's what I'm going to push when I'm elected, though.
Okay.
So
What else you got?
Well, city spending, I want to reduce overall city spending and resolve fiscal responsibility. The city council has been spending and spending and spending. The citizens know this, though. And, it should be saving and not spending. We should be frugal and not spending and spending, no.
What's the most egregious spending in your mind that's been done? What's an example that you would give the residents of Cheyenne, Wyoming, to your observation? What's been the worst spending decision that the city's done?
One is that in the east side, I forgot what it was. It was a Rex. It was like it was short of a rec center, though. They bought it, they bought it, and they should have not been involved in that. They should have just sold it to the public. The government has no business running a business.
All right.
They should be governing. They should be supporting business.
Now, what area is Ward 1 of Cheyenne? What's your zone of representation?
That would be the south side after the viaduct and
Okay.
the central and the avenues where I live.
Okay.
And also Lions Park.
Okay.
That's a coverage. And
So
further,
south of Cheyenne Frontier Grounds,
Yeah.
Frontier Park and Lions Park.
Lions Park
Okay.
and further east. A
And
little
then
further
east of
east.
then, okay.
Central east.
Yeah. So when it comes to Ward 1, what's the largest Ward 1 specific issue in your mind?
Specific issue. Okay.
To Ward 1 specifically, or is there no difference? What affects Ward 1 is equally important to all of
This
the
is
wards.
one thing that I want to happen, though. Although I live in the avenues, I've seen the south not being regarded as they should be. So it's just like being left out of development, though.
So Southsiders versus the Avenues. It's
not-
not the same.
it's
It's not
not
a
the
verse
same.
thing, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's just the avenues were good. It could be better, but we're good. But the south side is really depressed.
Yeah. Where's Deming Elementary in your
David is
area?
it's in the avenues, I think. Yeah.
So Deming Elementary is right in the heart of Ward 1, and it's being considered for sale or abatement or demolish recently in the Laramie County School District number 1, and it was in social media. Do you have an opinion regarding public land and public hands with respect to abandoned schools?
Yeah. I was never for it, though. A lot of people were complaining, though, about that. But I think it's more of the money, the budget. So the LCSD or the school districts had to, they had to reduce the number of schools. So, compressed it.
Well, there's 7 or 8 that are being treated with the same situation in Cheyenne as a citywide decision in schooling, and that leads to how would you propose supporting these properties do change hands? Would you support mothballing them and holding them until a future value of the real estate is larger than it is today, or do you support solving some housing considerations with that property, or allowing it to be sold and repurposed? What's your favorite course of action as a potential Ward 1 city councilor in Cheyenne?
As we have a shortage of housing in Cheyenne, that's an option that we could do. Those properties could be converted to more housing for the people, though. But at the same time, if they're not suited for housing, I think the first idea that you had is holding on to it for real estate value.
Yeah,
would be a good idea.
I'm actually only referencing the meeting that I got to observe glimpses of, and those were some of the key points that they were considering. I was curious if living in that area, if you had thoughts on that. I know that some of the schools that have been they were no longer used. They fell into disrepair really badly.
Yes.
And some of them near Pioneer Park were between Schneider Avenue and Pioneer Park Elementary School.
I think
those
you're
fell
talking
in.
about ARP Elementary.
ARP's on the south side by LCCC. I'm talking. I think it was Heritage or something like that. It was a school building that it was on an entire city block within the neighborhood south of what would be west of Snyder directly, and Randall, south of Randall. And it would be right there on your way to the Legion baseball diamond, the old Legion baseball diamond. You'll find an old school there, and it was a beautiful facility, but it closed and was left abandoned for too long. And some of these things, I just wonder if you had vision for what could best benefit the public.
That could have been used for housing. Yes. That could have been used for housing.
And a long time ago.
And
who wins when government waits? Who wins when government gets involved, in your opinion?
The people lose. That I can tell you. Because the government waited too long, and it's in despair right now. And there's a lot of despair, properties in Laramie County or in the Ward 1.
If you were on the council and somebody was told, sit down, your time is up, I don't care, sit down.
That's what happens. I think you saw that.
I did see that.
You saw that.
I did see that. What was the impact to you having seen that?
I think that's wrong.
And observed that?
I think that's wrong. People have the right
Is that the level of decorum that you will support in
I
in
will
city
not support
council?
that. I will not support that.
How would you stand against that as a representative in Ward 1 City Council in
I
Cheyenne?
will let them talk. Let's talk. Let's finish this.
You as a city councilor could ask them questions, couldn't
Yeah.
you? You could ask that individual for more questions.
Yeah.
You could ask them one question,
Yeah.
and they could have time to answer that if
Yeah.
accepted by the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you've talked about some keys in a business way. You've talked about annexation. What else do you have in your vision as conservative values? What do
Property taxes.
Tell us more.
Yeah. The property taxes for seniors, it's like 50%. I am in favor of 100%.
You'd waive it entirely.
Yes, for seniors who have paid up their house. It's all paid up. What they own it. Why should they pay more? So you see, seniors are people who are on limited income. It's fixed income.
City, state, county retirees having paid into the state of
Yes.
Wyoming retirement have not received a cost of living adjustment in 18 years.
Oh my.
Can you believe that, JC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your idea would be an immediate impact of benefit to our senior population.
Our senior population.
And we wouldn't be they wouldn't be victims of gentrification.
Yes.
Where they're driven out of their homes because of escalating property values and
because
tax
they
values.
cannot afford to pay taxes. They're on limited income.
And
It's
when
a
you-
no-brainer.
And you're saying when they've paid taxes for 15 years, they already actually when they paid their sales tax,
Yeah.
they paid the
Yeah.
tax that you believe that was enough,
And the mortgage is paid up already.
right?
So why are they being charged property taxes?
Do you feel you'll be a compelling counselor with your peers? Do you feel like you will persuade your peers to vote in the majority to your thinking? What's
Well,
your thought there?
This is what I'm going to tell you. I will fight for the people. I will fight to the end for the people and listen to them and not disregard them. Just like what the city council is doing. They are voted and they don't even follow their constituents. That's what I don't like.
Honesty and integrity. Talk to us about honesty and integrity.
Well, I don't have any, I don't have any dirt on my name. So, I've lived a, honest life and honest, and, you can check me out. I don't have any, dirt.
Who would go and find if I were to go and research J.C. Manalo, what would I find? Where's your degree from? What university did you
De
go
La
to?
Salle University.
And where's that at?
That's in Manila, Philippines. It's the
Okay.
top university in Manila.
And what brought you to the States, J.C.?
Oh, okay. That's a good story. My wife, I came from Las Vegas, and my let me tell you, this is a funny story though. My parents were immigrants here, immigrants in Washington D.C., and my sister, who was older than me, was born here. And when I was conceived here, so basically I was made in USA, but I was born elsewhere.
Okay.
So I went to the back door. I'm against illegal immigration per se. That's a national issue. I lined up. I spent so much time and so much money to be a citizen. And why would someone be going ahead of me when I lined up?
You were in line.
Yeah, I was in line. I always tell my wife, the line was invented in Ellis Island. You line up to become a citizen. So I don't like it when people just go, I'm ahead of you.
Huh?
We should all be vetted, and we should all make sure that the government make sure that you will be a good citizen. That's why if you have DUI, get you out. If you have some hanky-panky business, put them out. We need good citizens. We don't need bad citizens. We have enough already. So we need to raise good citizens. And what happened is, let me tell you the whole story.
Yes.
And since I was not born here, so I went to the back. And so I met my wife through internet, which Harmony.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, and we've been together for 20 years.
Congrats.
So Harmony worked for us.
All right.
Because they match you. So that's why I went to Wyoming, and when I went to Wyoming, I like what I saw, and the conservative values there, the friendly people, that's what I liked about it. And things as they go, they are changing though. Some of the people that are coming from Colorado and California are changing the lifestyle. I'm against that. You assimilate, just like the citizens that become citizens. I assimilate. That's what I don't like about new citizens. They don't assimilate. Look what's happening.
Why do you think they're allowed to not assimilate? Why do you what's your observation?
I'm not saying that you should not observe your culture anymore. Yeah, multicultural is good though, but try to be an American first before you try to be a different nation though. You're American now.
We're visiting with J.C. Manalo, City Council, Ward 1, Cheyenne candidate. And how does somebody reach you in your campaign? How would you like them to reach out and ask you more questions, J.C.?
They can always email me. My email is jcmcitycouncil1@gmail.com, or you can call me or text me. My number 307-221-2600. Again, 307-221-2600.
Well, best wishes to you and your campaign. We hope you'll keep us informed. This is the Candidate Awareness Tour 2026, and this opportunity to introduce J.C. Manalo for Ward 1 City Council in Cheyenne. And you will be. Are you facing other competitors in the City Council race, Ward 1?
This is nine people.
9 running.
Nine.
For it. Well, wonderful.
I would think that what's going to happen here is like 20%
how many
will win
seats
it.
how many seats are
Just
available?
One for 9. This is the mostly contested race.
That's got to be
Laramie County.
It's got to be almost the state, except for the governor's office, huh?
Even more contested than the governor. The governor held the 5-6 for one.
9.
We are 9 for 1.
9.
And then the county commissioner is like 12 for 3.
So the top 2 will go on from primary, August 18th
to
primary
to
the general, November 3rd, 2026. Well, we look forward to more of your campaign materials. We will share those as part of the Candidate Awareness Tour, part of the benefit for coming and showing up to the talk shop.
Yeah,
we appreciate you joining us
Just
here.
one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, I am the most prepared candidate in this race. I have a background in finance. I have a background in governance, being in the community, and I am a community active, a member of the community. So I am the most prepared for this job. So vote for me. I'm J.C. Manalo for City Council Ward 1.